Hey, I'm CDiinky. So it seems like I've made another grounded video after I quit grounded like 3 months ago now. Why am I back? Why am I back? I honestly do not know why I'm back. I found another really overpowered build. Honestly, I've been playing grounded a bit and I found yet again another build, and it's completely new within this new grounded 1.4.4 patch, and it's a massive thanks to a grounded YouTuber called That One Guy for Never. They do amazing grounded videos, and I got this from their video they made recently about criticizing the updates, and I was actually wrong about how the arcane archer effect works. It doesn't strip off the resistances, it is basically a free implant weakness on bows, so you can stack an implant weakness with arcane archer, which is just insane. So make sure to check out That One Guy for Never. Links will be down in the description. Make sure to subscribe to him, he is such an amazing guy. Anyway, now let's jump straight into today's build. We do not need this anymore, get out of here. I was just swinging that around because I felt like it. So, starting off with the armor. Honestly, the best bow armor set in the entire game, no matter what you're rocking, is Antline armor set. I don't know why other people keep saying other armor sets are better. The Antline armor set is just superior. Now, you might be thinking, CDiinky, the Antline armor set only does sizzle protection and thirst drain when you go down to sleek. Yes, but have you seen the sleek effect called Quick Draw, which makes it fast reload speed while in combat, which means you can shoot your arrows faster from crossbows and a normal bow itself. And honestly, I've been testing with the other bunch of builds like the Moth armor, the Mantis armor and whatnot, and honestly, it just doesn't come up to par because the damage of its times and whatnot is just overruled by how fast you can shoot the arrows, especially in New Game Plus. And this video is going to be tested in New Game Plus 4 on medium difficulty. Now, we've gone over the armor set, Antline armor set. Honestly, best armor set in the entire game if you're rocking bows. Now, you can go with two different types of weapons, although I would highly recommend a bow. You can go with a crossbow, and on that crossbow, you would like either crit damage up best, bow damage up best, and also any of the elemental damage up bests like salt damage up best or sour damage up best, depending on what you're versing. So for the weapon today, we are going with the infused bard's bow with salt damage up major and crit damage up major. This is the best one I've found so far, and it works pretty well. Now, you can have a salt damage minor, crit damage minor. You can have one effect and you have both effects, but just make sure you know the better the effects, the more damage you're going to deal, obviously. Let's go ahead and grab this bad boy, and once again, if you are using the Antline armor set, the bows are just superior. Yes, I know you can't perfect block with a certain amount of time, like there's like a few second delay, but trust me, this build is completely insane. Now let's go ahead and go over the trinket for today's video, and as I said in the intro, it is going to be doing with arcane archer, and the trinket can literally have anything with arcane archer. For this video, I'm putting arcane archer and also implant weakness salt. This can have arcane archer, crit damage up best, bow damage up best. It can be implant weakness if you want. It can be arcane archer and elemental damage up best. Anything with arcane archer works with this build, but once again, the more effects you have and the more positive effects you have, the more damage you're going to be dealing. Now, after we've gotten our weapon, our trinket, and also our armor, let's go over the mutations. And the mutations are going to be sharpshooter 3 out of 3. Make sure all your mutations are maxed out when you're doing these builds. If not, you're going to be losing a bunch of damage. And the reason why we are going with sharpshooter today is because 1, it increases our critical hit chance by 20% at phase 3, and also it gives us a mastery bonus with candy arrows, which is what we are going to be using in today's video. So spicy arrows burn the enemies, fresh arrows slow the enemies, sour arrows stun the enemies, and the salty damage arrows do nothing. Unfortunately, they do nothing, but that doesn't really matter. We are focused on the 20% crit chance damage, and also we're going to be rocking coup de grace for more crit chance, and also trapper paper for increased critical hit damage. Now, pretty much, this is your core. This is all you need. Sharpshooter, trapper paper, and coup de grace. Now, the secondary mutations, which can be swapped out to anything, I like to have cardio fan for extra stamina, so I don't run out as quick, and also honestly, spicy safety, you can have this if you'd like, if you don't like taking a lot of damage, but you're using a bow, so you shouldn't be near the enemies regardless. And if you do not have an infused bow, but you are rocking a regular bard's bow, instead of going spicy safety, I would highly recommend going bardic inspiration, as this gives you a bunch of extra bonuses, such as plus damage, plus resist, plus critical hit chance, and a bunch more. Now we've gone over the mutations, we've gone over the weapon, trinket, and armor. Let's go over the food buffs for our characters today, and that is basically going to be any healable source just to heal your character if you take any damage, fiber bandages once again if you take unnecessary damage, but the main meals you're going to be rocking is the perfect toast. You can go ahead and get this in the remixer lab, and there's only 2 of them, so make sure you at least duplicate one of them so you do not miss out, otherwise you're going to need to wait for the next New Game Plus to get them again. The perfect toast gives you increased critical hit chance and critical hit damage. I'd also recommend having a liquid rage, which increases your damage by 10%, a sticky boss sauce or any boss sauce, which increases your critical hit chance by I believe 5%, and also you can go with a human food for that 10% increased damage resist. Let's go ahead and grab all these, and we are basically done with the build. Now for today's video, as my bow has salt damage up major and also implant weakness salt, I'm of course going to be killing the Wasp Queen and the Mantis in today's video. Now I have a bunch of questions in my previous video saying, are these trinkets even possible getting? Yes, because they are right here, but they are very hard to come by, and obviously the more effort you put into these builds, the more damage and like outcome and rewards you're going to be receiving. Now just like every boss fight you do, make sure to make a mount and mark it so you get that extra 20% damage or 10% damage. I believe it is an extra damage bonus and it is going to help you out a bunch. Now let's go ahead and start drink up our smoothies, and we can summon in the Orchid Mantis boss fight. Now this once again is going to be on medium difficulty, and you're just going to see how much damage we're going to be dealing and how fast we are going to shred the Mantis boss. Let's go ahead and summon in the Mantis. Now the modifiers the Mantis you do not want to have, basically the only modifier that's terrible for this build is the high defense. Pretty self-explanatory, high defense equals less damage. Now the Mantis does have a weak point in the eyes, so try and aim for the eyes, and as you can see, the antlion set is already coming in straight away as we can shoot extremely quickly, and just like 5 or 6 arrows, we are just dealing a massive amount of damage, and we are about to kill the Mantis already. Make sure you always aim for the eyes as this is a critical weak point, and the Mantis hasn't done anything to us. Hasn't attacked us really, and we can just dodge the attacks, and basically, the Mantis is dead. Just like that. Extremely strong build. We killed the Mantis in just under, I believe that was like 20 seconds, which is insane, and we got 3 Mantises ready to loot. Now onto the Wasp Queen, and once again make sure to mark the Wasp Queen mount for that extra bonus damage towards the boss. Trust me, as I said before, it is going to help you out a ton. We have got some intruders. Let's just go ahead and just show these guys whose boss literally one shot almost killed a Wasp in New Game +4. That is insane. You saw the amount of damage there, just like one hit almost killed it. Like, this build is insane. But let's go ahead and rebuff ourselves up once again, and let's start the Wasp Queen boss fight. Now once again, modifiers you do not want. Wasp Queen, realistically, just high defense. Pretty self-explanatory. The higher the defense it has, the less damage you're going to be dealing. Now let's see the Wasp Queen. What modifiers does she have? She does have the high defense modifier, but like, as you can see still, even with the high defense, the amount of damage we are dealing is purely insane. Like, our crits are dealing a bunch of damage, our regular hits without critting deal a bunch of damage. And already, like, in a few seconds of this boss fight, we have done over half HP in the Wasp Queen boss fight. I did get hit there because I wasn't looking where I was going. And this fresh attack is making me a little bit annoyed because I can't shoot as quick. And, like, the adds, pretty easy to kill, to be honest, if you can actually hit your shots. There's one thing that I would recommend for this build. Make sure you can hit your shots. Because I seem to fumble all these shots. That's kind of insane. And the Wasp Queen is back up. We are out of stamina. That is fine because I missed all my shots. Stamina right back up. And just the damage we are dealing. We can sit still. Just stare at her in the eyes. Now the Wasp Queen doesn't have any crit points. So just basically just shoot her wherever you feel like it. And the amount of damage, like, is insane. I'm going to redo this boss fight once again without the high damage modifier, just to show the maximum amount of damage this build can do. But she's only summoned twice, and she is down. That's how fast we killed the Wasp Queen in New Game +4 in medium difficulty. Alright, here we are. Do we have the high defense? We do not. Let's go ahead and just see the amount of damage we are going to be dealing. Yeah, like 10 shots, half HP already. This build is extremely strong. I'm pretty sure that this is going to be nerfed once again. The Thorns build was strong, but this just takes the cake. The Wasp Queen hasn't even attacked us once. She's been stuck in a spraying poison phase. And she's about to summon once. And if I hit her correctly, dead just like that. Extremely overpowered. The only main factors of this build is the implant weakness and the arcane archer. And that is it. That's the main amount of damage. Even though we have extra crit and extra salt damage by about 30%, I believe this is, and 50% for the crit damage meter, that's not really infecting much. Like, the Trinket is so strong. Arcane Archer is now extremely strong. And I'll be surprised if the devs do nerf this down to instead of 50% increased damage to maybe 30%. I'm pretty sure that would be fair because this build right now is just way too strong. But that there is going to be the end of today's video, guys. If you guys have enjoyed today's video, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and even a comment down below. I would really appreciate that. And finally, make sure to subscribe and check out that one guy Fineva. He does amazing graded videos. And with that said, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video.